Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is Tim and we are playing through Silent War 2.0 with the IJN expansion. Campaign number 3, Turning the Tide. We are starting week 2 of October 1943. I just realized when I set the game back up, I put the year on 1942 instead of 1943. Let's get that fixed. All right, and then we can jump into the sequence of play here. First up in the strategic segment is the war event phase. So we'll see if we have a war event this week. We do not. No torpedo improvement yet. Ultra roll. The 9. That's going to be Sea of Japan and North Philippine Sea. Those are good ones to have. So Sea of Japan, North Philippine Sea. Next up is our weather roll. Again, we're in October now, so only a 2 or less will cause a tropical storm formation. And we don't get it. No weather again this week. All right. No reinforcements. We did those last week. So on to the ready submarines phase. I guess in the reinforcement phase, I will point out that we still have, who is it down here? The Grayling that's coming back in for withdrawal, and someone up here, the one that had the super skipper that we left out for an extra week. Yeah, them. Greenling, I think. Yep, they are headed back for withdrawal. So remember to do that. Okay, so then we go on to our ready submarines phase. So any that are ship side or pier side go ready for sea. Like that's it. And then we roll for those in the broom boxes. Just have one at the tenders. The sunfish, they need a 5 or less. They got it. So those will be completely cleared out this week, ready for 7 more subs each. Okay, we've got 2 here at, oh no, those are, sorry, broom box, not ready for sea. We got several here at Pearl Harbor, so let's roll for those. Halibut needs a 5 or less. Nope. The Sea Wolf needs a 4 or less. Nope. The Rasher needs a 5 or less. Nope. Wow. Doesn't look like any of them are going to make it out. And the Sailfish, 4 or less. Nope. They all go pier side. We just have one up here, the S-42 at Dutch Harbor. And they need a 4 or less. Nope. Wow. Kind of slow getting the subs turned around this week. All right, and then repair phase. We got several here at Pearl Harbor. Probably going to be a lot more here soon. We got a lot of damaged subs out there. So we got 2 here in repair box 1, which need an 8 or less. The S-47 and the Pito. So we'll do black dye for the S-47 and white dye for the Pito. And they both make it out. The Haddock needs a 6 or less. Nope. And then the Seal needs a 4 or less. Yes. A little progress there. And then up at Dutch Harbor, we have the S32 that needs a 1 or less. They might be there a while. Yep, not this week. Okay, that's all of our repairs. So then we got prep for operations phase. So these all move up to the operating section. There's our wolf pack there. Get to see how that works this week. Alrighty. That will do it for that. Moves us into the operations segment. So I think we will start with our ones that are being withdrawn. Get them as far back as they can. So the Grayling is going to continue on through the Solomons to the transfer route. No red boxes in either of those areas, so they will go there and make it back next turn. And then the Greenling, I think we'll have him go through the Aleutian Islands and then down to the Hawaiian Islands to avoid that giant mess there in the North Pacific. And again, no red boxes in either of those areas, so they are good. All right, we got all these that tried to get in to the Sperry last week and were unable to, that are going to come back into Pearl Harbor. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, it looks like. So we'll send all them one at a time, of course, but through the Hawaiian Islands to Pearl Harbor, so there's no transit event checks needed there. Let's roll for their damage. So first up is the Harder. A 4 is going to be light damage, so they will go to repair box 1. To see if we're going to be, I don't think we'll be hitting our limit. We can have 16 subs in repair at a time, so I think we'll be good there. The Blau. One, good. I was hoping they'd be superficial. I'm gonna get them back out there quickly. All right, next is the Tenosa. They got a 7. That's going to be moderate damage. So they will go to repair box 2. And then lastly, the S44. A 9. Wow, heavy damage for them. Repair box 3. All right. Let's see who else we got here. This one tried to get into the Fulton last week and wasn't able to, so they'll do the same thing through the Hawaiian Islands to Pearl Harbor. That's the Swordfish. See how badly damaged they are. 2. That's superficial. You can go to the broom box. All right. What else? I guess let's take care of this one here. He's coming into Fremantle undamaged, so he'll just go to the broom box there. And I think Was that the Pike? Yeah, we'll send them back down toward Fremantle as well. So they'll come down through the South China Sea 2. These subs only count as 2 for congregating risk because they're in a wolf pack. So no congregating risk. They'll come down to the Java Sea. Everyone has radar now, so we don't have to worry about shallow water anymore for transit event checks. So their transit side modifier will make it impossible for them to roll a 9. So they will make it to the Java Sea safely. And I think we'll try to get, or we will get, if they're not damaged, the permit back into the Fulton. So they'll come through the Marianas to the Marshall Islands. Again, only one red box, but they're transit side, so no way to roll a 9. And they will go to the broom box of the Fulton. All right, who else can we get in? We've got several here that can, well, some of these have to go, let me sort this pile out, because some of these have to go back to Dutch Harbor. The ones that are committed to the Aleutian Islands campaign. So let's see who we got here. Let me consult my list. All right, the S-31 is part of the Aleutian Islands campaign. The S-46 is as well. The S-40 is as well. S-33 is. S-41 is. S-35 is. I guess they all are. I thought we sent some other, maybe we didn't. I thought we had sent some other subs up there for when that was an ultra area. Maybe I'm getting confused with another turn. All right, so all of these, excuse me, have to, well, the ones that are RTBing anyway, which is everybody but the S-35, has to come back to Dutch Harbor. But there are no red boxes along that route, so even though they're leaving an area with congregating risk, it won't matter because they don't have to roll for a transit event check. So let's get S-41 is undamaged. They do still have to do a roll on the damage table though. Remember, anything but superficial, and they go into repair box 1 because of the harsh conditions up there. And they got light, so they will be going to repair box 1. Whoops, too far up there. Then we've got the S-33, again undamaged, so anything but superficial puts them in repair box 1. That'll be repair box 1 for them. And now we've got some that are actually damaged. The S-40. So we'll do a regular damage roll for them. 6 is going to be moderate. So they go to repair box 2. Looks like some of these subs are going to be out of action for a bit. Excuse me, S-46. Also damaged, so a normal damage roll for them. Also an 8, or no, an 8. The other one wasn't an 8. That's heavy damage for them, so they might be out of action for quite a while. And then the last one is undamaged, the S-31. So special damage roll for them. 9, They still just go to repair box 1. All right. Takes care of those. And we've got quite a few coming back from the Sea of Japan. We're going to try to get them into the Sperry. We've got 3 subs there now. All right, let's try these guys first, I guess. So their transit side, which will be -1, but +2 for leaving the Sea of Japan. So will be a net +1. So an 8 or 9 is what we don't want to see. Good. Now we got to see how badly damaged they are, if the Sperry can actually take them or not. Has to be superficial. Oh, just missed it. So they will have to head back to Pearl. All right, so that leaves us with 4 here. So now we got to decide these other subs where we want to send them. I was probably gonna, how many are staying up here? Just the drum? Looks like it. Oh, no, there's another one. So there's 2 stubs, 2 subs that are staying in the Sea of Japan. So I definitely want to get at least 2 of those up there. And the third one, I guess we could send to the Empire Pacific, because we only got 3 subs there now. So why don't we go ahead and do that first to make a little room. These are all 3 Gatos, right? So I guess we'll send the Silver Sides over here to the Empire Pacific through the Bonans. 1 red box along the way, no congregating risk, so no roll required. Have them patrol their next turn. That will allow us to try to bring another one back in. Is there any? Yeah, let me do this one next, because he can definitely make it in. So we'll bring the Shad back through here to here. Again, it'll be a +1 net to their transit event check. So looking to avoid, or I'm sorry, there's also a +1 for congregating risk because they were leaving an area with more than 4 subs. So the last one should have been a +2, but it wasn't anywhere close to a 7, I don't believe. And this one will also be a +2. So below 7 is what we want. 3, almost kicked over to 7. All right, and he can make it in because he was undamaged. So into the broom box for him. Now let's try the, who is this? The Pogie. So they will, we're down to 4 subs now, so no more congregating risk. So this one will just truly be a net +1. So 8 or 9 is what we don't want. And we got an 8. 7 and 4. That's probably going to be something. Hopefully not too bad. 7, 4. Oh, actually, no. No event. Nice. So now to see how badly damaged they are. And superficial, so they can come in. And that just leaves the Muskellunge. Again, they will have a net +1 to their transit event check. They're good. And for their damage, see if you can roll that 2 again. Nope. So they have to sail on. All right. The only other RTB sub we have is in the Yellow C. Oh, no, I'm wrong. There's one hiding under here. So let's see if they can get back to the Fulton. So they'll be coming through here to here. Again, we don't need to worry about the shallow because everyone has radar now. So only one red box on transit side, no congregating risk. No transit event check. Now to see their damage. And they can't. Stop here. All right, now I'm pretty sure. Let's double check these other stacks. Yep, those are all patrol side. So the snapper, the only one left needing to RTB. So I think we will send them through the East China Sea into the Marianas. They get +1 for leaving the Yellow Sea, -1 for transit side. So just a regular transit event check with no modifiers. So we want anything but a 9. And we got it. The next turn they can maybe get into one of the forward bases. Hopefully. All right, everyone else is patrolling, or I guess we can go ahead and do these other outbound transits now. So through the Coral Islands to the Yellow Sea with the albacore. So they're going to have a +2 for entering Sea of Japan, but -1 for transit side. So a net +1. We've got 2 red boxes here. So now that means we need less than a 7. And we got it. So they will patrol their next turn. Actually, you know what? Since the Sea of Japan is an ultra area, I think I'd rather hold off moving them in so that we can have some of these subs from East China Sea move up into there. Yeah, let's do that. All right. So, why don't we just go ahead and let's knock out. We've only got 1 sub out for the Aleutians campaign this week, so we might as well take care of that one first. So the S-35 is going to roll for search and contact in the Coral Islands. And they got a 6 and a 4. It's going to be low density, small convoy. So 2, 2, and 1. All right, hoping we can turn things around a little bit this week. Last week was, I think, if not the worst, one of the worst weeks so far of the campaign. The tonnage wasn't bad, thanks to sinking that 26,000 ton carrier. But as far as subs lost and ships sunk, it was a pretty abysmal week. Oh, I forgot to see what that was. Zigged away. All right, so S-35 with their mighty 2 attack factor. I guess we'll try column B. And we'll go standard posture. Combat event right off the bat. 2. I believe that is surface gunnery. Nope. 1 is surface gunnery. 2 is torpedo malfunction. Great. Off to a great start. Second roll to see what it is. A 4. At least it's not a circular run. Hot run. Torpedo starts and arms in the tube but is not released into the water. The torpedo is not fired. The current attack round is canceled. Proceed to the counterattack round. The submarine is still eligible for a subsequent combat next round. Okay, well, I assume since we're saying the current attack round is canceled, that means we don't reveal anything else either. So we go to the counterattack round, but there's no ASW revealed, so we just go straight to the reattack. And I think for the reattack, we're going to slide over here so we don't have to reveal that rising sun. We'll stay standard, I think, just in case. And then let's see what we got. Auxiliary and a merchant. Should have gone aggressive. All right, whoops, wrong pile again. Keep wanting to draw destroyers instead of auxiliaries. All right, this is the Katsuragi Maru, 9,000 tons. Let's see if we can get some help from our targeting data computer. Yeah, pretty good. -2 and -1. So they each have -1 because we're in the reattack round. So this is a -3, makes him a 0. Means we can hit on a 2 or less. This is a -2, which also makes him a 0 because he's 1 + 1 for being over a column. So that would also be a 2 or less. So might as well go for the 9,000 tons over the 1,000 tons. So we need a 2 or less. And we didn't get it. There is no counterattack. So for endurance, they are a D rating, which means they need a 3 or less. Nope, almost. So they will go back home next week. All right, now let's shift over to Sea of Japan. See if we can get something going here. So the billfish will do a search and contact roll with a +1 because it's an ultra area. So a 2 and a 5 makes for a sparse, large convoy. Then we get to add an extra ship to each column that is numbered. So 2, 3, 2, 2. All right, what do we got here? Evading. I'm thinking. Guess let's try column B. You know what? Let's go column C. We're going to go standard attack posture. We're going to look at these two first. The Akashi. I believe he does not get replaced. And then an auxiliary. Just confirm that real quick. Yes, the Akashi use the SW set unit. All right, I think for the next two, might as well see what this is, because if we move away next round, we won't be able to. Oh, nice, light cruiser. And then let's do one of these. Destroyer. We'll unflip him, flip this one. Another destroyer. Okay. All right, so we need light cruiser. And we got the Tatsuta. And then we need an auxiliary. The Aramo. Ooh, big fat one. 16,000 ton oiler. And we need a destroyer, unfortunately. And we got the Amagiri. All right, for targeting, I guess we'll go after the Amagiri, see if we can knock him out, if nothing else is any better. All right. Ooh, nice. Rather have seen that on the Aramo, but I'll take it. Okay, so that's going to be a 1 plus 1 for being over a column. Plus they've got 2.5 ASW, so that's going to add 3. That makes 5. And we are a 7, so that's going to be a 2 or less to hit them. And if we did want to target this, I think we could just do it, because they're a 6. We would ignore their ASW. They'd get 1 from the Akashi. And so that would make them a 7, so we could hit it on a 0. Yeah, I think we'll just try for the cruiser there. Needing a 2 or less. So close. So close. All right, for the counterattack, this is going to hurt. Because they've got 3, excuse me, plus 2 red boxes makes 5, and another 3 from the war period. So they're at 8 minus our 5 defense. Puts them on the 3 to 4 row. And a 4 is not going to be anything, I don't think. Nope. All right. Well, unfortunately, no matter where we go, we're going to have to reveal that other destroyer. So if we moved over to column D, we'd at least take them out of the equation. But then it also moves us away from our good targets. And then depending on what this is, we could end up with nothing. Or do we just call it a day and not take our chances? You know me, I like to keep going. I think we will switch to cautious, though. That'll blunt their counterattack a little bit at least. But then we got to reveal all 3 of these still. So we know that's a destroyer. Hopefully these are nothing bad. Oh, a combat event. Combat would be perfect right here. 5 is that Latin phrase, I think. Doth fortune favor? Yes, it is. Cui favit fortuna. So either get a perfect setup or a deadly division. Well, a deadly division will be irrelevant at this point because there are no escorts. So let's see what we get. Either perfect setup or nothing. We want a 0 to 4. Nope. So it's effectively nothing. So then we just need a second destroyer here. Hope it's a small one. If it's a half, that'd be perfect because they'd still only be at 3. Oh, it's the opposite. Tanakaze, a 3. Oh, this is going to be bad. Why do you do this, Tim? That was from Cup C. All right. We are cautious at least, but it's still, we're looking at 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're going to be on the 5 to 6 row. At least no modifiers. Come on. Pull just one, keep getting 2. If you were able to take the Akashi out, that would at least, that knock him down to the next row. Put him at 9, 4. Yeah, they'd put him on the 3 to 4 row instead. That's probably what we want to try to do if possible. These are all -1, remember? Well, looks like that's going to be our best shot, so let's try it. So this is a -2, so they're a 1 plus 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're a 7. Wow. So we can do it, but we got to roll a 0. I don't think anything else is going to be a better probability. I don't think anything else we even have a shot at. So let's see if we can do it. Yes, but we get a 0 for the damage. This game frustrates me sometimes. All right, now this big counterattack coming at us. 5 to 6 row, no modifiers. 7, that's not going to be good. At least it's only damaged. Billfish is damaged, which means for their endurance check, they will have a +1. You need a 5 or less. Nope. So RTB for them. And we'll do a search and contact roll for the drum with a +1. Ooh, 10 and 5. So it's definitely high density. 5 is going to be a large convoy. So we're looking at 4, 4, 3, 2. Okay, column A, we've got one that zigged away. And I think we're going to try column D. We will go, excuse me, standard attack posture. Let's look at both of these first. Carrier, nice. Try to get rid of their last one. And a merchant. And let's try here. Another merchant. Oh, diligent. Darn it. Okay. I'm just going to get one crack at this. All right. They are the Wakaba, so they become a 5. And Sea of Japan is not shallow, so we do get to attempt to crash dive. Nope. And then the Diligent Escort counterattack is a 0. Nice. All right. See if we can. Oh, we got to replace the carrier, of course, with the Hio, the only one they got left. Or no, sorry, it's the Shokaku. Sank the Hio. I thought it was the other way around. All right, now we're ready for TDCs. And we will not bother targeting the Diligent. That would be a waste of time. Carrier's going to be pretty tough without a lot of... We'll have to have a -3 TDC to even have a possibility. Yeah, possibility of hitting it. And even then, it would only be on a 0. So that one's out of the question. So it looks like this one's going to be our target. So this one's out of reach. 3 + 1 is 4, plus another 5 makes it a 9. Here we've got 1, and then 1 for going over a column makes 2, plus another 5 is 7. -1 makes it a 6. So we can hit on a 1 or less. Hey, we hit it, but all we did was damage it. And I don't know that we want to stick around to try another shot at it. They get their counterattack. It's going to be 5 plus 2 red boxes makes 7, plus another 3 makes 10. We're at 4 defense, so they're on the 5 to 6 row. Yeah, we're not going to stick around. 3, I think, is nothing. We're not going to risk trying that again. They could end up getting even more help from that thing, so not worth it. So our endurance check, we're going to need a 6 or less. Got it. Put them underneath here. All right. I think we'll send the bowfin up there. The bowfin and the steelhead. I don't know if we'll bother sending the sea raven up there or not. Let's send the bowfin in there. So they're going to have a +2 to their transit event check due to entering the Sea of Japan. So we don't want to get a 6 through 9. Nice. And then search and contact with a +1 is 2 and 9. So it's going to be a sparse task force. So sparse task force +1 for each of these. So 2, 2, 3, and 4. Well, it's a little disappointing to get 2 no solutions here in column D. That one's evading. This one is a sea swell. I think we'll still set up in column D. Slide the camera over here a little more centered. All right, and we'll go standard attack posture again. See what we got here. Light cruiser, and the Shokaku's back. Let's see if we can avoid getting something nasty this time. There we go, a merchant. And another light cruiser. Excellent. So 2 light cruisers and the Shokaku. Alright, light cruiser number 1. Excuse me. For column C is, come on, the Notori. And for column D, the Tatsuta. All right, give us a good one here. All right, it's going to be on this one. Oh, nope. Well, none of those are very good. I think so. These two end up being the same. That's a 2. He becomes a 2 for being over a column, plus 2 from the TDC. Makes him a 4 just like this one, so we might as well go after the cruiser. So 7 minus 4, 3. Need a 3 or less. Nope. No. Oh, we do have a counterattack, sorry. The carrier. Oh, which that reminds me. We should have factored in another half for the counterattack last time, which that would have bumped them up to the 7 row, wouldn't it? Which means our 3 that we rolled was actually a spotted result. So the drum is actually spotted. All right. So we do have a counterattack here with that half from the carrier. It's going to round up to 1. 2 red boxes and 3 for the war period, make it 6 minus 5 defense, puts them on the 1 to 2 row. No modifier. 6 should be nothing. All right, I think since we only have to flip over 1 more, I'm thinking we go aggressive, staying in the same column, obviously. Let's see if we can get a better shot on that carrier. And of course, we reveal a destroyer. And we got the Urakazi. It's going to basically nullify our advantage from going aggressive. It's -3 this time on that carrier. Or even a -2 would do. Alright, well, there's a -2. So at least we'll have a pretty good shot there. 0 and, oops, -2. Excellent. Alright, well, we're definitely going after the carrier. These are the same since he's over a column. He gets a little boost, making it equivalent. So 5 plus 2 ASW is 7 minus 4 for the TDC. Makes him a 3. So that's a 2-hit number of 4 with our DRM for being aggressive. We'll hit on a 5 or less. Come on. Do it. Yes. 4 and 7. That should be enough. 27,000 tons. Ooh, just enough. 7 sinks it. So they are out of carriers. There's some still being repaired that they'll get back. And of course they'll get some later, some new ones. But for the time being, we have depleted their carriers. That's week 2, October 43. The bowfin gets the CV Shokaku, 27,000 tons. So they will go to the pile of shame. And we will also need to pull out their, whoops, counter from the base game. And put it over there. And for the time being, since they don't have any carriers available, I'm probably just going to pull all the CVs from the mix until they get some back. Pretty sure that's how we should do that. I know if they're completely gone, you remove them. I would think that would be how you'd play that. All right, so we get one more ship. Where are we at? We up here? Yep. That's going to roll that over to 410 and then 27,000 tons. So this is going to go to 1, and then this will go up 3. So 1, 2, 3, which moves this up. So we're at 1,811,000 tons. Excellent job, bowfin. All right. Counterattack this time is going to be 2 plus 2 plus 3. Makes 7. We're at 5, so that puts them on still on the 1 to 2 row. But this time they get a +2 because it's the reattack round and we went aggressive. So 1 to 2 row with +2. Ooh, that's bad. That's bad. 11 is going to be damaged RTB. And then if the second die is a 7 through 9, we're actually sunk. Fortunately, just missed it. A 6. So they were very unhappy about us sinking their last carrier, apparently. And they knuckled down and got some pretty good shots on us. They're damaged and will RTB. But I think that was worth it. All right, so next, let's send in the steelhead. And they will have a +2 for their transit event check. So we don't want to see a 6 through 9. We did. So we roll again. And a 3-3 is going to be nothing. No event. So search in contact with a +1. 8 and 8. It's going to be high density task force. So 2, 3, 3, and 4. Or 5, sorry. 2, 3, 3, 5. Alright, so I did pull the Shokaku base game piece out. However, I was incorrect about what you do for depleting a certain class of IJN set ships. The counters still remain, the generic counters for that ship type still remain in the cups to keep the probabilities the same. But if you draw one and reveal it, it doesn't get replaced with anything. So it's basically considered as not being there. It doesn't sound like you reveal another one in its place. Doesn't mention anything about that. It does say if you happen to put a TDC marker on it while it's unrevealed, and then it turns out to be one of those, that you're allowed to reallocate your attack points, just like if you had assigned them to an aircraft or a combat event marker. But yeah, it looks like if they still are in there. If we reveal one, it just counts as nothing, but then still counts against our revealed counters. That's the way I read that. So that's the way we're going to play it. All right, so this is what the steelhead found. You have one no solution here, another sea swell. We're going to try our luck again here in column D, I think. See if we can find some nice targets here. We'll go standard posture, and we're just going to go with the 4 here, unless we see something we don't like. Ooh, 2 battleships. Nice. All right, so that is the Yamato. So let's see how we handle that one. So for the Yamato, we use the IJN set unit. So that will get replaced with the actual Yamato. We'll do that one first. And then the other one will be a random. It's a 32,000 ton. So, well, we're in the Sea of Japan, so we're, from the base set rules anyway, we're allowed to encounter any battleship here. I'll have to double check and see if we're actually able to find the IJN Yamato there or not. This other one is the Musashi, so both of them. Both of the big boys are here. All right. So, oh, that's right. I think actually when we find the Yamato, we're supposed to randomly determine if it's the Yamato or the Musashi. But we ended up with both of them anyway, so wouldn't have mattered. All right, and then we need an auxiliary as well. And then we got to double check whether we can actually find those here or not. If not, I think we have to reveal something else. It's the Kamikawa. All right, let's consult our special rules for specific IJN units. For Yamato class battleships, we're in 1943, so they can be found in the East China Sea, South China Sea, North Philippine Sea, Marianas, and the Carolines. Unfortunately, not the Sea of Japan. No ship is drawn in its place. We don't reveal anything else, so yep, we just have 2 less targets revealed. 2 fewer, sorry. So yep, both of these have to go back, unfortunately. All right, get our TDCs. These 2, of course. And I think let's try this one. And this one. 0, 0, +3, yuck, and 0. All right. Well, I think we'll just go for this little baby here. So they are a 1, we are a 7, so we need a 6 or less. Oh, just missed it. No counterattack. I think we stay standard. Stay in our column. See what we got. We won't be able to unflip anything because we have to flip 3. So we got 1 destroyer in there, but that's not too bad, I guess. It's the Kazegumo. And we need another auxiliary. The Genyo Maru. All right. It's too bad we weren't able to sink that merchant. Might have had a super skipper opportunity here. Okay, -1 becomes -2, 0 becomes -1, as does that one, and that becomes a 0. So nothing fantastic here. See what our options are. So this would be a 3 plus 2 from the ASW makes it a 5. -1 from the TDC is a 4. So that would be a 3 to hit. Here we've got 1 plus 2 is 3. And then the TDC becomes 0. So that's going to be a 4 to hit. Over here we've got 2 plus 1 for being over a column plus another 2 makes 5. -2 on the TDC makes that one a 3. So that would also be a 4 to hit. And then here we've got 3 plus 1 for going over a column plus 2 makes 6. -1 for the TDC. He's a 5, so we could hit that on a 2 or less. I think we go for this 5,000 ton merchant. That's only 2,000 more tons, but less probability to hit, so let's do that. We need a 4 or less. And we got it, and we sunk it. So steelhead. Gets a 5,000 ton merchant. Let's add that to our totals. 5,000 more tons and one more ship. Again, we're trying to get to that 450 mark so we can try to improve our torpedoes again. And then we have a counterattack this time with 2 plus 2 plus 3 makes 7. We got 4 defense, so they will be on the 3 to 4 row with a +1 modifier for the reattack round. And they got a 2, which is going to be nothing. For our endurance check, we never went aggressive, so 6 or less is what we need. And we didn't get it. So that's 4 subs now in the Sea of Japan. I don't know that we want to try to get anyone else in there. Might send the Sea Raven up into the Yellow Sea, though. Got slightly better odds of finding something there. And then we can move, just thinking ahead here, if we do that, we can move these 3 into the, or at least maybe some of them, into the East China Sea. Because I'm thinking we'll probably want to send, yeah, if we do that this turn, and then assuming they get to stick around, they could get up into the Sea of Japan next turn. So I'm debating on whether I want to send these 2 here into the Sea of Japan or over to Empire Pacific. We've only got 1 sub staying in the Sea of Japan, right? I don't know that we want to move those in with all that congregating risk there. Yeah, I think we'll kind of just shuffle things this way. We'll move the Sea Raven into the Yellow Sea. So they will have a +1 to their transit event check. Safe. And then a search and contact roll. 7 and 9. It's going to be a moderate task force. We're looking at 2, 2, 3, and 4. All right. Yeah, you know what? I think we'll try column D again. A little less attack power with the Sea Raven being a new S2, but almost as good as a Gato. More susceptible to counterattack though, and they're in shallow waters, so basically they're only a 2 defense. Let's start off standard attack posture. Cruiser. Another battleship. See if that's something we can find or not in this area. And a destroyer, which we will unflip with our radar. And we'll flip this one instead. Don't be a diligent. Okay, good. All right, so let's get our auxiliary out here. Ooh, it's one of those army ships. The Mayasan Maru. Let's see if we're able to find it in the Yellow Sea. Imperial Japanese Army ships. Yep, Yellow Sea. We're good there. And we need a battleship we got the Musashi again. So let's see if the Yellow Sea is a place that they can be. East China Sea, South China Sea, North Philippine Sea, Marianas, or Carolines. So nope. So again, we lose that potential contact. And then we need a cruiser. And we're down to a few of these left too. 5. Let's see. This one is the Nachi. All right. TDC markers. Yes, we don't want to target that destroyer in our column, so I guess we'll just pick one of these. We'll go with the top one. All right, let's see some better TDCs this time. Not so far. There's a negative one at least. Yeah, there we go. There's a -2. All right, so we got a couple of good options here. So this one's a 0, so that's going to be a 6 or less to hit that one. And then 5 minus 2 is a 3. So 3 or less for the cruiser. I think I want to try to go after that cruiser, even though it's quite a bit less likely. Let's try it. So 3 or less. Yeah. 4. Is that going to be enough for 15,000 tons? 10 to 17. Only damaged it. So we'll get a damage marker on them. Clear these off. There's no counterattack. Man, I really want to try to get that. So let's do a re-attack. We know we're revealing at least one destroyer though, so I think we'll switch to cautious now. We still have to reveal all 3 of these though, even in cautious mode. So let's see. Ooh, another one and another one. I was afraid of that. Well, this isn't going to be good. Need to pull 3 little baby destroyers here. There's one, the Fuyo. Oh, another one, the Unagi. Okay, liking it. So this one doesn't matter if it's a 1 or a half, it'd be the same, so let's hope for one of those 2. Hey, all right. Minasuki. Well, that couldn't have gone any better for us. All right, let's see if we can get that thing underwater. These 3 for sure, and then I guess the destroyer in our column, for lack of a better target. 0, a -2. Come on. Ah. +1. Boo. Boo on that. So they've got 2 ASW. He's a 4 because he's damaged, so that makes him a 6. And that becomes a 0 for the re-attack round. So we can hit it, but only on a 0. So unfortunately, I think we're going to have to go after this one instead. So he is a 1 plus 2 ASW makes 3, -3 for the TDC makes him a 0. Hit on a 6 or less. Yeah, I can't bypass a 6 or less shot to go after a 0. If it was maybe a 2 or something like that, I might consider it, but not at 6 or less. And we didn't even get it, so it didn't matter. All right, we got 2 plus 1 plus 3 coming back our way. That's 6. We only have 2 defense because we're in shallow water. So they're gonna be on the 3 to 4 row with a +1 for re-attack, but -1 because we are cautious. So that's a 7 on the, what did I say it was, 3 to 4 row? Spotted. Right, 6 -2, yeah. So we are spotted. Endurance check, they're B rating, so they need a 5 or less. Nope. And we need to roll to see how badly damaged that cruiser is, the Nachi. So let's roll a die and then we'll look up on the table. Ooh, 6. That's going to be a little while probably. They are 15,000 tons, so we're on this row here, and a 6 means they will be out of commission for 9 months. So probably won't see them back, since this scenario ends when we hit ward period 4. Let's see, so we're in October now, so they'll be in repairs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months. They'll come back in June. Yeah, I guess we might see them. Actually, we'll see them. I think July. It's either June or July. This is the first month that we can roll for war period transition. Unless our numbers are really high, then we can do it earlier than that. The way it's been going lately, I don't think that's going to happen, but all right, so that's it for them. Let's see what we want to do next. I think what do we got here? 2 Gatos and a new S2. Let's move the 2 Gatos in for sure into the East China Sea. I know this is a little bit worse than where they were, but it gives them the opportunity. Well, you know what? Maybe I should just risk moving these guys straight into the Sea of Japan. Yeah, let's do that. Before we do that, we're going to move the Albacore and the Dace into the Sea of Japan. So they're going to have a +2 to the transit roll for entering the Sea of Japan, +1 for congregating risk, but then -1 for being on transit side. So it's going to be a net +2. So again, 6 through 9 is what we want to avoid. Good. And then for the other one, ooh, not good. So they will have to do a second roll. Ooh, that's not good. Well, the 3 might not be too bad. 9 and 3. They are spotted. Okay. Live with that. Hopefully they'll lose it in the end turn. So these guys, whoops, are going to be patrolling there. Put them on the bottom. And then these ones, the dace as well, but with a spotted marker. All right. So in light of that decision, I think I will just leave the these 3 to patrol in the Empire Pacific, since that's a little better than the East China Sea. So let's go ahead and roll for the Tullabee, search and contact. And a 2-2, just barely. Sparse, small convoy. So 2 and 1. All right, it's probably a little risky with the Tullabee being spotted, but we are going to go aggressive and see what we got. Ooh. All right. Not terrible, but I was hoping for no ASW capable ships. So for column A, we have the, come on, Leon Maru. And here we've got the Aramo. Ooh, nice. 16,000 tons. I think that one has a named counter in the base game, too. All right, let's see what we can do here. Oh, we got to get our destroyer, sorry. We can draw one of those little small ones again. Nope. The Naganami. 2 ASW. All right. We did go aggressive, so get a -1 on these, plus a -1 on our die roll. So effectively a -2. Okay, not bad. All right. So this is going to be the better shot, so I think we'll go after that one. So that's a -2, so he's a 1. But he gets 2 from the ASW, makes him a 3. We're a 7. So that's a 4 for the 2 hit. This one would be 1 less. So it'd only be a 3 for the 2 hit. So yeah, let's go for this one. So we need a 4. Well, the 4 is the 2 hit number, so we need a 5 or less since we're aggressive. Yeah. 7 is definitely enough for 8,000 tons. Only needed a 4 or higher. So the Tullabee has sunk the AX Leon Maru. 8,000 tons. Another one for the pile of shame. Getting pretty tall there. And what was it? 8. So one more ship. 8,000 tons puts us to 13. So this will go up another one. So we're at 412 for ships and 1,823,000 tons. And see what happens in this counterattack. 2 + 1 + 3 makes 6. We got 4 defense. It's not shallow water, so that puts them on the 1 to 2 row. And they get a +1 because we're aggressive and a +1 because we're spotted. And a 3 becomes a 5, which is nothing. All right. Definitely want to take a crack at this other one. So we're going to slide over. Question is, do we want to stay aggressive or do we want to play it a little safer and go standard? That would probably be wise. Yeah, we'll switch to standard posture this time. All right, nice. So that becomes a -3 for the reattack round. So he's a 0, 2 from the ASW. We're a 7, so that's a 5 or less. We're not aggressive now, so that's actually what we need. So we hit on a 5 or less. Yeah, but is 5 enough? 16,000 tons. 5 is just enough. Sweet. So the Tullabee scores a couple of big boys. The AO Aramo, 16,000 tons. So that's a total of 24,000 tons they sunk this week. So the Aramo goes to the pile of shame. And like I said, I'm pretty sure there's a named counter for them in the base set too, so we'll have to get rid of that one. And another 16,000 tons. Well, one more ship. And then 6, we'll put that up to 9. This goes up another 10. So yeah, very nice. And let me check this war mix table. Oh, you know what? It's not one that has a special entry on here, but I think it's in this mix of 6T or more merchants / naval auxiliaries. So I'll need to see if they're actually in any of the cups. And well, first I'll see if they're not in a cup. I guess that'd be the smartest thing to do. And pull their counter out. And if they are in a cup, then we'll have to go dig them out. All right, so now we need to do an endurance, or no, sorry, counterattack. Getting ahead of myself here. Still got to face another counterattack. So 6, it's going to be the same, 6 - 4, so 1 to 2 row. And should be the same DRM too, because we went standard, so they're not going to get the +1 for that, but they do get a +1 for reattack and a +1 for spotted. So it's still a +2 on the 1 to 2 row. And that's nothing. All right, now we can do our endurance check. We did go aggressive for 1 round, so we have to do a +1 on this. So we need a 5 or less. And I did not get it. Alrighty. And we'll do a search and contact for the 0. Not sure how to pronounce that, but that's the way I'm saying it. 6 and 0. So it's going to be a low density small convoy. 2, 2, and 1. Alright, I did find the Aramos base game counter. It wasn't currently in the war mix, so pulled it out of the bag, and we'll also add them over here to this side pile of shame for named base set units that have been sunk. All right, so here's what the 0 found. I think we'll go in column B. We'll go standard attack posture, merchant, light cruiser, combat event. 6. That's tonnage doubled, I believe. Yes, indeedy. So if we have a merchant type ship, which does include all the naval auxiliaries as well, then whatever the biggest one is that we managed to sink, we'll get to double their tonnage, which is nice. And let's go for this one. Let's not go for that one. Let's go for this one. All right, that's good. We know that's a destroyer, so we can move away from it next turn, or a re-attack round, I mean. All right, so all we need is a light cruiser. And we got the Naka. We will have to target that face down destroyer, but hopefully that won't be our only option. All right. Ooh, nice. And sort of nice. All right, let's see if we can get the Naka. 4 minus 2 is 2. We are a 7. So that's going to be a 5 or less to hit. Nope. No counterattack. We will slide over here for the re-attack round, switch to aggressive posture. And we have 2 ships that we can target now. It's funny, all 3 of them are 5,000 tons. Just noticed that. Okay, ooh, +3, don't like that. And +1, okay. Well, looks like we're going after this guy. So that becomes a -1 because it's the re-attack round and we're aggressive. So that makes him a 1. And we're a 7, so we need, that's a 2 hit of 6. Which means we hit on a 7 or less. got it. 5's enough to sink. 5,000 tons. Zero. It's a 5,000 ton merchant. Another ship. 5,000 tons. Puts this to 4. Rolls this up another 10 spot. So we're at 415 for ships and 1,844,000 tons. No counterattack again. Endurance check. We did go aggressive, so we need a 5 or less. Oh man, missing all these endurance checks. Need to keep these guys out. All right, and then we've got the Sea Dragon. Search and contact. 3 and 7. It's going to be sparse, large convoy. So 1, 2, 1, and 1. Okay, we've got evading over there in column D. So we're just left with these 4. So let's set up in column B, I guess, right in the middle of them. And we'll go standard attack posture. Let's see what we have here. Not great, but at least we can get away from this guy in the re-attack round. Okay. Over in column A, we've got the Namikaze. And in column B, the Akabono. I need a light cruiser. And it is the Notori. And last but not least, our auxiliary. It's going to be the Toho Maru. Pretty good size there. All right. 0, 0, +1, and +2. Ugh. They're terrible. So these are actually going to be the same, so might as well go after that one if it's even possible. I don't think it's going to be, though. Because they've got 1.5, that rounds up to 2. +3 makes 5, plus another one for being over a column makes 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we've got no shot here. Good news is no counterattack because of that. So we will just slide over, and I think we'll switch to aggressive. just have the one destroyer now in play. See if that'll help us out a little bit. Okay. -1, 0, -1. All right. Well, that's certainly better. So this is actually a -3, which makes him a 0 now. But then he gets 1 from the ASW. So that means our 2-hit number is going to be a 5. Which means we'll actually hit on a 6 or less. So let's see what we can do here. 5, but then a 0 for the attack results. So nothing. That was disappointing. Counterattack is going to be 1 plus 1 red box plus 3 makes 5. We have 3 defense, so they're on the 1 to 2 row with a +2 modifier. Ooh, 9. Don't like that. It's going to be damaged. And we are a B rating, and we went aggressive, and we're damaged. So we need a 3 or less. Oh, we got it. Okay. I think now turn to this is an ultra area, so we're not going to want to move those guys out of there. So it looks like nobody's going into the East China Sea this week. So yeah, I guess we'll go here next. North Philippine Sea. So we'll start with our best ones, best to worst. All right, so the Cisco, search and contact with a +1. 8 and 4 makes for moderate, small convoy. And we'll get +1 to each of these. So 4, 3, 2. All right. I'm thinking maybe we just sit right here in column A and try to get some easy targets here. So let's go standard attack posture. We'll try these 3 red balls first. Oh, we don't want that one. We don't want that one either. We can't unflip 2, so we're stuck with him. Okay. I don't know that there's many ships in column A that would be rising sun on the back and not be something bad. Let's try one of them. Okay, there's the light cruiser. I think maybe we'll try one of these for the last one. Hey, carrier, but they don't have any. And if you remember, when that happens, depletion of a class pile. Yep, Any expended TDC markers are simply removed and ignored. They're not replaced. Submarine attacks an unrevealed target. Yeah, so basically it just says it's the SW set counter is returned to the cup, but it doesn't say to reveal anything in its place, so we just have one fewer target revealed. All right, then let's go to our replacements here. We need a destroyer. Let's see what we get for that. The Ushio. A light cruiser. It's the Noshiro. And auxiliary is the Kamikawa. Same as what we're replacing. Alright, now for some TDC markers. So we can try this one in case we can try to knock him out. I think we go for I don't know. Maybe this one. All right. Okay, well, we got a -2 on him, so might be a possibility. -2 there as well. Alright, so if we went after the destroyer, we get to ignore their ASW. He's a 6 -2, makes him a 4, so we would hit on a 3 or less. If we go after the cruiser here, 4 -1 is 3, but then he gets +2 from that, so that's a 5. So that's only a 2 or less. Here we've got 3, but he's over a column, so that makes 4. 5, 6 -2 is a 4. So that one is also a 3 or less. So I'm thinking we try to get rid of that destroyer. That would certainly help us out in the re-attack round. We're going to end up having to reveal. We won't have to reveal this one if we move over. Then we'd be revealing these 4, or potentially only 3 if we switch to cautious. But then that could end up being a whole lot more than what we're looking at here. I don't know, I'm thinking maybe we just go for this one. And may even forego a re-attack. Depending on what happens. Let's see. We'll try that. So we need a 3 or less. And we got it, and we sunk it. 7 is certainly enough to sink 7,000 tons. So that is the Cisco. The AX Kamikawa, is that what it was? Yeah. 7,000 tons. Very nice. Another ship for the pile of shame. And one more ship and 7,000 tons. We'll roll this over up to 51 there. So we're at 415 for ships and 1,800,000 or 1,851,000. There we go. All right, for counterattack, they've got 2 plus a red box plus 3 for the war period makes 6. 5 defense. So they're on the 1 to 2 row, no modifier. 6 should be fine. Yep. And I think with the only thing showing being that light cruiser and then having to reveal a whole bunch of that, I think we're going to pass on that. Play it safe here. And just withdraw. So A rating, we need a 6 or less. And did not get it. Hate to see those Valaus have to go back so soon. I'm not sure how long he's been out, but at least a couple weeks to be able to be in this area. Okay, next is going to be the runner. Again, +1 for the search and contact for the ultra area. 3 and 0. Just made it in there. Sparse small convoy. So with the extra ships, that's going to be 3 and 2. All right, we're going to go with, I guess, column A. We'll go standard initially. Let's see what these are. There we go. That's what we want to see. Ooh, combat event. 9. What is 9? I don't think it's a good one. Oh, it is a good one. My mistake. Combat. So we get to basically do 2 attack rounds or 2 attacks in the first attack round, and there will be no counterattack. That's excellent. So we got to reveal one more, and I think we'll do. It goes back in B. Let's do this one, and if we don't like it, we can reveal the other one. Oh, except we can't unflip an aircraft. Don't like that. Well, at least they don't counterattack us. They do still hinder our attacks. All right, so we need 2 auxiliaries here. And we have the IJN Maru, 12,000, nice. And the Kaio Maru. All right. We can't put a TDC on the aircraft, so we just got 3 to put out. No anti-aircraft torpedoes at this time. All right, let's see what we got. 0, don't like it. -2, okay, I like that one. And +1. All right, so we're looking at 3 plus 2 is 5. -2 puts them back down to 3. We're at 7, so we need a 4 or less. And didn't get it. So then for our second attack of the first attack round, we are not allowed to move columns. We're not allowed to change posture because it's still the same round, but we do reveal additional targets. So we'll have to reveal this one. And of course it's another destroyer. It's a destroyer. And the value that we pull for this will probably greatly influence my decision to stick around for a reattack. Oops. Possibly. Okazi. If it was a 2 or a 3, probably would not. All right. So if it weren't for that aircraft, which makes it impossible to do, but I think this would, since this is still technically the first attack round, we could use the targeting and escort rule on that destroyer were it not for the presence of the aircraft. As it stands, we cannot. Okay. +1, 0. Not like those. All right, because they've got 3 now. So that makes him a 6. Makes this one an 8. So we can't even target that one. Looks like this is our only option. So they're a 6, we're a 7, so we need a 1 or less. We got it. 1, however, is not going to be good enough. 7,000 tons. I don't think that even damages them. Nope. All right. That was a unfortunate turn of events for a combat event. So as I said, there is no counterattack because of the event, and now we got to decide, is it worth sticking around to try again? Definitely don't want to go aggressive, I don't think, if we do. Thinking maybe we stay, but we go cautious. Nothing else to reveal. Place our TDCs again. Hope we get some better ones this time. All right, that's a little better. That one's not. Okay, so this becomes a -2 because of the reattack round. So 4 minus 2 is 2, and they get 3 from the ASW. Makes them a 5. We're a 7, so we need a 2 or less. And didn't get it. 0 on the attack results anyway. So this time they do get to counterattack. Our going cautious will negate the +1 they would have gotten from the reattack round. So it'll be a straight roll 3 plus 1 plus 3 is 7. We have 4 defense. So they're going to be on the 3 to 4 row with no modifier. 1 is nothing. All right. Came up empty there. Endurance check, A rating. We need a 6 or less. Got it. Next up, we have the Sargo. +1 to that, but I don't think it's going to be good enough. 2-0. They don't find anything. So their endurance check will have a -1 modifier, which means they can stay on a 6 or less. Yes. And then we'll go ahead and have the Skipjack join the party here. You'll need to do a transit event check. 9 is all that matters. Got a 0. So then search and contact with a +1. 3 and 4. They just barely found something. It's going to be a sparse small convoy again. With an extra ship makes 3 and 2. All right, same situation we just had here. I think we'll set up in A again. This time, though, I think we'll go cautious. That way we only have to flip those 3 red balls. And hope we don't get any ASW revealed. So here we've got an auxiliary, another auxiliary. Ah, boo. All right, but we can unflip him. I think we'll flip this one instead. Oh, come on. Can't get away from these aircraft. Twice in a row there. All right. Oh, I'm pulling from the wrong bowl again. I want the auxiliaries, not the destroyers. Okay, we got the Asahi. I think that's a named one from the base set. And we got the Sanyo Maru. Alrighty. Just got no choice here on where to put the TDCs. There's only 4 possibilities. -2. I'd rather see that on a revealed one. There's a -2. All right. Well, I don't want to go after the unknown here, so we've got this one here. He's 3 plus 2 makes 5, -2. Puts him back down to 3. We are a 5, so we need a 2 or less. Nope, not even close. Nice damage roll, though. Needed that earlier. All right, counterattack. We're looking at 2 plus 1 plus 2 makes 5. We've got 2 defense, so they're in the 3 to 4 row. We are cautious, though, so -1. That's a 1. That's going to be nothing. Don't even need to check that. Boy, we know this is a destroyer. Good chance that might be too. I don't think we risk it. We'll do our endurance check. B rating, need a 5 or less. Nope. Skipjack goes home next week. All right, I think that's all we can get into that ultra area. Our wolf pack can't get in there, unfortunately. So I think we'll do them next. Let's see how this works. So we're going to want them to patrol move into the South China Sea 1 area. So we need to do a transit event check for them now. And it's just, since this is all brand new, let's make sure we're doing it right. Wolf packs and transit events. Each submarine of a wolf pack must undergo transit events. Each member must roll separately for transit events as normal. However, each wolf pack member subtracts 1 from the transit event die roll. Should a wolf pack member encounter a transit event, the remaining die rolls to resolve that event are normal unmodified rolls. Yeah. Okay, so I think though, since there's only 1 red box in this area, since we get a -1 for being a member of a wolf pack, we won't actually have to roll for a transit event because it's impossible to roll a 10. So we're good there. So now we go to search and contact. So here we have an option of how we want to perform our search. So we can either be a group or a barrier pack. So if we're a group pack, and I don't know, wolf packs may be deployed in an op area or SMZ in 2 ways. Decides. Yeah, okay, so you can change it between turns. That's what I was just wondering about. So each time you do a search and contact, you can decide if you want to be in group or barrier. So if we deploy as a group, then we make a single roll on the area activity chart with no die roll modifier. So it guarantees that if you make contact with something, all subs in the wolf pack are able to prosecute the attack. But then if you deploy as a barrier, you have a higher chance of finding something, but then you may not have all of the subs available to participate. Because if you do barrier, then you do a single roll, but you get a +2 DRM to that roll. And assuming you make contact, then you randomly choose one of the submarines to have made the contact, and then the others have to roll to see if they're able to intercept. So basically you have to get a 0 to 5. So you got a 60% chance that you will intercept. So, I mean, this area, we've got pretty good odds of finding something. Only a 0, 1, or 2 will be no contact. So I'm thinking we go group pack for this. So no modifier to the roll. Let's see what we get. Oh yeah, nice. 7 and 3. So 7's gonna be low and 3 is a small convoy. So hoping for something bigger, but so a low small convoy is only gonna be 2, 2, and 1. So I'll get that set up and then we'll see how the subs get deployed onto the combat display. All right, I had to adjust my camera angle here a little bit so we could get both rows for the submarines in the shot. So, deploying the submarines on the combat display. Let's see how that works. Alright, wolf packs and combat. Wolf packs conduct combat with all eligible members on the combat display. May freely assign submarines to the columns, but no more than 2 subs per column. Alright, so let's do that. So we have all 3 of them, or no, we've got a Gato and 2 Balaus. So let's see how we want to assign these. I think we want the 2 Balaus in column B. We'll give them access to everything. And then we'll put the Gato over here in column A. We'll put the Capelin there, the Creval there, and the Cod over here. All right. See what else we got here. If a diligent escort counter is revealed, its attack is made on a randomly chosen submarine. Combat events only apply to the submarine that reveals the event chit, except for deadly division. Additional diligent escorts apply to all submarines. Okay, let's hope we don't see any of those. Combat is conducted normally, except as noted below. Each submarine resolves its attack and counterattack individually, one at a time. And we use the following sequence. So we assign subs to columns, which we did. And then we start with a sub of our choice. We reveal Japanese units, just like you normally would. Then place TDC markers, make the attack, utilizing the current revealed escort level, resolve the counterattack, and then we return to step B for the next sub. So they would reveal ships, place their TDCs, and now they may have additional escort level that's been revealed that will counterattack them, so on and so forth. And then this is a correction here. This was a mistake in the original rules. The Wolfpack submarines have a -1 DRM to the 2-hit die roll, not to the, it's not a +1 to the attack results. It's a -1 for the 2-hit roll. And then it talks about how you figure out your revealed escort level. So each submarine has its own, and if the escort is in the same column as the submarine, that escort's ASW factor is applied. If the submarine has an escort in an adjacent column and no submarine is in that column, then it applies to that submarine. So if we reveal ASW in an adjacent column, I'll show you here for an example. Like let's say we were resolving the Capelin's counterattack on the Capelin. If there was ASW revealed over here, it would not factor into the counterattack, or to the attack for that matter, yeah. Yeah, because you resolve the attack utilizing the current revealed escort level, which is defined by this paragraph. So any ASW that's basically covered by another submarine doesn't count against this submarine's attack or counterattack, which is kind of nice. Aircraft, however, always apply to everybody, no matter what column they're in. All right. So, and then we'll get to the bit about reattack when we get to that point. But you don't automatically get to do a reattack. You have to roll to see if you're able to reattack or not. So let's start though with we'll start with the Capelin, I think, and we'll have them go standard attack posture, and so we're going to reveal 4. So let's do this one, This one, ooh, the Akashi. Had that one earlier, I think. We just leave it as is. We don't replace it with its IJN piece. And then a merchant, nice. And I think since it won't count against us if it's ASW, let's reveal the one over here. Yeah, nice. Not nice that it's a destroyer, but nice that it doesn't count against us. All right, so let's get this out here. It's the Asakazi. Wouldn't have mattered anyway, since his half kind of gets absorbed into this guy's half. All right, so let's do our TDCs. We could try to take him out, I guess. Everything else turns out to be terrible. Oh, sorry, no, we don't have anything else to replace. That AF stays, so we're good. All right, a 0, -1, a 0, a -2, okay. So, we don't count his ASW, so they just have a half rounded up, which is 1. He's a 2, +1 for being over a column makes him a 3, -2 for the TDC. So that one is a 2-hit of 6. The one thing to keep in mind here too when we're doing this is the Wolfpack experience. So if 2 or more subs in a Wolfpack sink an enemy ship in any one combat phase, the Wolfpack gains a Wolfpack experience point. So we're going to want to try to do that if possible. So hopefully we can get at least 2 of our subs to sink something. All right, so so to my mind that means forego split shots in favor of just trying to sink something. You know, each one trying to sink something. All right, so what else we got here? The Akashi is a 3 plus the one for ASW makes him a 4. So that would be a 3 to hit. And then I don't think we can even get that one. Even because we're already ignoring his ASW, so it'd still be 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we got no shot there. This one would be 2 +1 for being over column, +1 for the ASW, -1 for the TDC, makes him a 3, so that would be a 4 less to hit. So we are going after this one. And again, this is the Kaplan doing their attack, so we need a 6 or less. And we got it. Excellent. So the Kaplan gets a 2,000-ton merchant. Back to Cup C with you. And one more ship, 2,000 tons. All right. And then we resolve the counterattack against the Kaplan. So we just had, and again, we don't count this ASW, although in this instance it wouldn't matter if we did, because it still rounds up to 1. So 1 + 1 + 3 makes 5. We have 5 defense, so they will be on the 0 row with no modifier. And 1 is nothing. All right, next we will do the Craval. And I think we will have them go aggressive. Maybe not. Let's see what this is first. If that's a diligent escort, we don't want to go aggressive. So let's go standard. All right, good. Light cruiser. This is excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. It's going to be the Oyota, or maybe not. Let's see. There's a special rule for them. There's that little flag on there. The CL Oyota. Oh yeah, this was the one. The original rules had it like super restrictive on this one, where you could only encounter it after March 45, I think, and only in the Inland Sea Special Mission Zone, I think. But someone made a comment about this on Board Game Geek, and Brian Miller agreed that it was overly restrictive. And for now, at least, until we get a chance to review the scenario book or the IJN book in its entirety, this is what I'm using, which was what the other user suggested, is beginning in March 1945, it can only be encountered in the Sea of Japan or the East China Sea. But prior to that, you can find it anywhere. So we're good with that. So we got them on there. And that goes back to cut B. All right. So let's see what the Craval can do here. It's almost like shooting fish in a barrel here. All right. 0 plus 1 minus 1 minus 2. Okay, good. So the question, though, is, do we want to try to get rid of that ASW factor? So let's see what our options are here. I think these are the only two that probably make sense to go after. So this one would be 3. Again, we ignore the ASW from the Asakazi because they're in an adjacent column that contains another submarine. So a half plus 3 makes them 4. Minus 1 is 3. We're a 7. So that's going to be a 4 to hit them. If we go after this instead, it's 4 plus 1 is 5. Minus 2 makes 3. So same thing. A 4 to hit either one. I think I'd rather take out the ASW, especially since they're the same tonnage. So we're going to go after the Akashi, and we need a 4 or less. Got it. And 5 for 9,000 tons is sunk. And as I said, pretty sure that's a named counter in the base game as well, so we'll need to pull that one out of the war mix. So we got the Craval. has sunk the AF Akashi, 9,000 tons. So they go to the pile of shame. I guess actually this is the base. This is the base game, right? Yeah, that's the base game one. So we need to find their, if they have one, we need to find it in the AX pile there and remove it. So let's see, that's another ship and 9,000 tons. So this will just go back one and this will go up one. So that puts us now at 417 ships sunk and 1,862,000 tons. All right, and thanks to that, we have no counterattack against the Cabal. So now we go to the COD. And I think we have the COD go aggressive. Nothing else to reveal. Let's just get the TDCs for him. Oh, and we might as well do this now. Since we did have 2 or more subs in the Wolfpack sync a ship, we get a Wolfpack experience. Once that gets to a certain level, I don't remember, we'll be able to have larger and more quantity of Wolfpacks. All right, where were we at? TDC markers. Now the big question is going to be, can these guys all pass their endurance checks so that they can remain a wolf pack? Because if you drop below 3, you're no longer a wolf pack. Whoops. All right. 0, -3, excellent. -2, okay. Pretty good. I think we'll definitely go after this guy. I mean, at this point, though, we've gotten our Wolfpack experience, so we could maybe try a split shot. See what it works out to be. Now, his ASW will count against the COD because it's in the same column as him. So this is a 2 + 1 is 3, -3 for the TDC. No, -4 because we went aggressive. So that makes them a -1. So it's actually a 2-hit value of 8, which means it's an automatic hit with our die roll modifier. Over here, we've got 4 + 1 for being over a column, +1 from the ASW makes 6, -3 for the TDC makes 3. So this would be a 4 for the 2-hit number. And the thing is, too, though, we got 3 chances of these guys staying around for reattack. So do we want to just go for the guaranteed hit here and hope we roll enough to, yeah, because we might only damage it, too. So, yeah, I think rather than get super greedy here, because what would our options be? We'd probably want to split it, what is that, 8 to 4. We'd probably want to split it, difference of 4. So we'd want to do like, not 6-1, probably 5. Probably 5-2. if we sent the 5 over here, that would be 2 less. It would knock it down to 2. And we sent the 2 over here, that's 5 less, which would knock it down to 3. So we'd hit on a 4 there and hit on a 3 here. Yeah, I think I'd just rather go for the guaranteed hit. Try to sink this guy, and then we got the re-attack round to try to tick that one out. And maybe him. Who knows? All right. So we need a 9 or less. And then hopefully we get a good attack results. We got a hit. Oh yeah, 9 for sure. All right. So the COD gets the 5,000 ton merchant. So another ship and 5,000 more tons. And then counterattack will be 1 + 1 + 3 makes 5, 4 defense. So the 1 to 2 row, we're aggressive, so they get a +1. And so 6, I think they're safe with that. Yes. All right. So now we can go to the re-attack rounds. So let's read about that. And while we're looking that up too, I'll show you. We were talking about the Wolfpack experience earlier. So once we get to 9, then we're able to have, it doesn't explain it here. Here it is. Once we get to 9, that's prior to getting to 9. Once we get to 9, get this camera where I can see, we can deploy up to 3 wolf packs, and each wolf pack can have up to 4 submarines. And then once we get to 15, we can have up to 5 wolf packs, and they can have up to 6 submarines in each. So that would be pretty sweet. I don't know if we'll be able to get that far in this scenario, since it's going to end at War Period 4, but we'll see. Definitely be nice to get to here, though. But so we got to do what we just did, which is have 2 or more subs in a Wolfpack sink a ship on the same turn 8 more times. All right. Oh, I put the rule book away, but we still need to look at the re-attack stuff. So for re-attack, they can re-attack once but never twice. So even if you had a super skipper, you're not allowed to do the second re-attack. You must roll. Failure of the roll results in them withdrawing from the current combat phase, but it's still a member of the wolf pack, and the other submarines which make the roll may then attack. Which, oh, you know what? I just totally forgot something. We were supposed to have a -1 on all those 2 hit rolls. But I think everybody did hit, right? Yeah. So yeah, it didn't matter. But we need to remember that. Almost forgetting one of the big benefits of being in a wolf pack. Yeah, and the others, they're still considered being in a wolf pack, even if they don't, even if only 1 or 2 are re-attacking. So you roll a die for each member submarine. If it's less than or equal to the tactical rating plus any super skipper value, it may participate in a re-attack. If they're damaged, then you get a +2 DRM to that. So it makes it a lot harder to re-attack in a wolf pack if you're damaged. All right, so we just have to roll less than or equal to their tactical rating in order for them to stay around for a reattack round. So let's start with the Capelin. They do not. So I assume that says that they withdraw, so I assume that means we go ahead and do their, I don't know if we do that now or if I guess we'll do all their endurance checks at the end. I'll just set them off to the side for now. So the Capelin is not able to reattack. How about the Creval? No. Yikes. Maybe this one will get away. And then the Cod, they are able to. All right. So we have just the Cod left for the reattack. They will remain aggressive. I could see where, especially if you have 6 submarines in your wolf pack, some little markers to denote like which attack posture they were in would be very helpful, because once you get through all 6 of their attacks and then you go back and you're like, now was this guy standard in the first attack round or was he aggressive? Because that's going to affect what you can change to. So wouldn't be a bad idea. I know there wasn't really any room on the counter sheet for more counters, but some attack posture counters would be nice. Might make some of those, or just use some dice or something. Okay, anyway, let's get on with this. So we're going to remain aggressive. We're going to reposition, though, over into this column. So we don't have that. Don't give them a +1 for being in an adjacent column. If we can get this guy down. So we're actually going to have a +2 to our die roll because we're aggressive and we are part of a wolf pack. And these all have -2 for the TDC since it's a reattack round and we are aggressive. So that's a -2. So 4 + 1 for the ASW is 5. -2 makes 3. So the 2-hit number is 4. But we have a +1 for, or sorry, a -1 for being aggressive and a -1 for being in a wolf pack. So we need a 6 or less. Yeah, that's really going to come into play too. It's going to make it a lot easier to do split shots. Getting that -1 on each 2-hit roll. All right, we got it. A 2, though, is not going to be enough, I don't think. 9,000 tons. Just damaged. So the Oyoto has been damaged. We get our counterattack now again. This time they will get a +2 because we're aggressive and we are in the reattack round. They were on the 1 to 2 row for that. So 1 to 2 row with a +2. 3 is going to be nothing. All right, so now we go to our endurance checks. Let's see if there's any special rules regarding that. Disbanding. Wolfpack which falls below 3 submarines ceases to exist at the end of the combat phase in which the pack fell below 3. The end of the combat phase, once it fell below 3. What? Well, so maybe you are supposed to do their endurance check. Failing its endurance check, the pack is disbanded immediately. Ew, so maybe, yeah, based on that, it sounds like wolf packs should do, or each submarine that fails to stick around for a reattack immediately does their endurance check, which it doesn't really say that here. It probably needs to. And we just kind of finalized the 2.1 rules update too. But I mean, I guess given this and this, you can arrive at that conclusion, right? Because this says a wolf pack which falls below 3 submarines ceases to exist at the end of the combat phase in which the pack fell below 3. So the only way a pack can fall below 3 submarines, well, I guess if they got sunk from a counterattack, that could do it too. So yeah, I'm not really sure. The wolf pack falls below 3 members due to a transit event. Let's check the rules on endurance checks. Maybe it says something in there about wolf packs. So that's the thing. You read through these rules and everything sounds good and sounds like it makes sense. But then when you actually start to do it in a game, some things crop up that you don't think of. Let's see. Endurance check. Don't see any mention of wolf packs here. It does say after the combat phase, all patrol side submarines must roll a die to see if the submarine has expended. So this is done after the combat phase. Right, yeah. Sequence of play. That's the answer. Always follow the sequence of play, no matter what game it is. That usually resolves a lot of your rules questions. Yeah, the endurance check is at the end of the combat phase. So do first attack round, counterattack round, withdrawal, all of this stuff before you do your endurance check. So let's yeah, so that's the way I'm reading that. So they were still considered a wolf pack during that entire combat phase. The only thing that I think that could affect that would be if a submarine got sunk that took you down below 3 in the middle of the combat, then it would be disbanded immediately. All right, so let's do these endurance checks. So the cod is the only one that went aggressive. So the Capeland is going to need a 6 or less. They got it. The Creval is going to need a 6 or less. They got it. And the cod is going to need a 5 or less. Oh, darn it. All right, well, there goes our first wolf pack disbanded already. So the cod has to RTB, which means we are no longer a wolf pack. All right, we'll put him on top. All right, well, it was fun while it lasted, right? Okay, let's set this over here because we'll probably be making another one soon. All right, so we need to see how badly damaged the Oyoto is. Let me find that chart again. The IJN rulebook for the optional damage tracking. So they are a 9,000 ton, so we're going to be on the second row. And they got a 3. So that is going to be 4 months. So we're currently in October. So they'll be in repairs for November, December, January and February, and come back in March with this whole lot. Most of these are, only a couple of them are actually damaged. Some of them are reinforcements that are coming in March that I wanted to make sure I didn't forget about, so I put them on the turn track. The what was it? The DEs, I think, and then I think there's the Taiho also comes in that month. All right, so I think that does it for our wolf pack. And I think all we got left is the blackfish here and these two over in the Marshall Islands. So let's take care of the blackfish next. We're going to have them patrol move into the South Philippine Sea. So they will do a transit event check, and they do not want to get a 9. And they didn't. And search and contact. Ooh, spinner. 7 and 8. Be a task force of some size. Looks like low density. So 1, 2, 2, and 3. Okay, we've got one no solution here, evading. Gonna have the blackfish set up over here in column D. And let's go standard posture. Let's look at these 3 first. Battleship, cruiser, destroyer. We'll unflip that one. And looks like we have to do these 2. All right, combat events. A 1. That is surface gunnery, I think. It is. But we have warships present, so that will be ignored. And our last one, another battleship. All right, so we are in the, where are we? The South Philippine Sea. So just by the normal, well, I think we replace these first, right? And we see if it's actually something we can encounter. The one in column C is the Fuso, which I don't think we're allowed to find here. And the one in column D is the Issei, which I don't think we're allowed to find here. Well, actually, I don't know if that is under the same restrictions. Because on the normal war mix, it's got its own separate entry. It is still listed as a battleship, so I guess the normal battleship doctrine rules excuse me, would still apply, which are anything other than a Congo class and Yamato class can only appear in the Empire Pacific Sea of Japan and East China Sea, and then also in the North Philippine Sea during War Period 3. but we are in the South Philippine Sea. So then it says to place back in the cup, reveal another counter in their place. So it looks like we're going to have to reveal that destroyer after all. So both of these go back because we're not allowed to find either of them here. And where did this one come from? The 40,000 ton is supposed to be in cup D. Okay. All right, so looks like it's just a destroyer and a cruiser is all we got from all of that. Our destroyer is the Harukaze. And our cruiser, we're down to just 4 of these left. I guess we'll roll for it. I have my, is my D4 still over here somewhere? Did that get put away? It got put away. Alright, so top to bottom, 1 through 4. And we got a 3. So it's the Ashigara. All right, TDC markers. Just give me one of them. 2 of them stuck together. I couldn't get them apart. All right. +3, yuck. -2. All right, let's see if we can take this guy out. So we target him, we ignore his ASW value. So he's 6 - 2 is a 4. Guess I should have said we were going standard posture before I started flipping stuff. I think I did, didn't I? Yeah. So yeah, he's a 4. We're a 7, so we need a 3 or less. Nope. Counterattack. 2 + 1 + 3 is 6. We have 4 defense, so they'll be on the 1 to 2 row. And they got a 1. Nothing. All right. I don't know. I think for the counterattack, we just stay where we're at. For the reattack, I mean. And we'll stay. Yeah, we'll stay standard. One to 2 row. No, let's go aggressive. Let's take a chance here. All right, just give us some better TDCs, or at least a better TDC on the cruiser. Nope. And nope. Wow. So that's a +1 and a 0. So looks like we can't hit either one of them. because this becomes a 6, 7, 8. We're only a 7. And this is a 6, 7, 8 plus 0. So they're both 8s. We can't hit either one. So second counterattack, this time with a +2. 3. Still nothing. All right, endurance check, A rating, went aggressive. We need a 5 or less. Nope. It's not getting the rolls. All right, our last two on patrol are the porpoise and the tautog. We're going to have them patrol move over to the Marianas. So anything but a 9 is what we want. And search and contact, we need to get at least a 4. We do not. And 8 is not quite enough for a loner. We would have had to get a 9 on our second roll. So they found nothing. They're a C rating. Didn't find anything, so they need a 5 or less. I got it. And then we're going to do the same thing with the tautog. I slipped them under there in case you're wondering where they disappeared to. So anything but a 9 for the transit event check is what we want. They did get a 9. Ooh, 9-3. Yuck. I think they're going to be spotted. Yep. So they got spotted. Moving in there. And they will do a search and contact. And again, we need at least a 4. I got it. 8-3. That's going to be moderate, small convoy. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going to set up in column B with the tautog. And I think since we're spotted and we got a lot of rising suns here, I'm going to go cautious. So let's see what these two are. Oh, destroyer right off the bat. Let's unflip him. Let's see what this one is. And let's see what this one is. Okay. And let's see what this one is. Destroyer. It's the Akakazi. All right. Target them. Target the 2 in our column. And eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's go with the middle one here. All right. Yuck. Don't like any of that. So this is well, they're both 4s. Excuse me. Plus they get a boost of 1 from the ASW. So 5, which means we can hit them on a 1 or less. Could take a chance over here, but that could very well end up being a destroyer. We wouldn't have a shot on it, more than likely. So let's go for this guy, I guess. What did I say it was? 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So we need a 1 or less. Hey, we got it. 1 is only enough to damage it, though. So his ASW is now 0. So they only have a half, but that still rounds up to 1. And 1 red box. Yep. That makes 2. Another 3 makes 5. We have 3 defense. So we're on the 1 to 2 row, but we're spotted. So spotted gives a +1, but we're cautious, so that's a -1. So just a straight roll. Ooh, 8 on the 1 to 2 row is spotted. Well, we're already spotted. That was close to damaging us, though. Wow, I don't know if it's worth sticking around, to be honest, because we know that's a destroyer. 1 or both of those could very well be destroyers. Yeah, or an aircraft even. So I don't think there's enough here to make it worth the risk, even though we did damage that one. So we're just going to withdraw. B rating, so we need a 5 or less. And we got it. Sneak a peek here. Yep, destroyer, aircraft, and another destroyer. So yeah, that would have been really bad if we'd hung around. I guess we could have gone over here and not had to flip anything else, but that's all right. I already made my decision. Okay, so let's put them underneath. All right, so that's going to be it for for the subs at sea. So now we have our ready for sea subs coming out, and don't have very many. And I don't think we have any that we want to form into a wolf pack. We can't form wolf packs at submarine tenders, so those don't even qualify. We only have 2 here, and it's a P2 and a P3. I mean, theoretically, we could leave them in the base, not move them out yet, wait for these to join them next week, and then form a wolf pack, but we'll have enough here to form a wolf pack with anyway. We got 2 Gattos and a new S2, so that'll be a nice, or 2 S2s. So 3 of those will make a nice wolf pack. So we'll go ahead and send these out. And where do we want them to go? So it's either North Pacific or the Marshall Islands. I'm thinking who all we got coming out of we got 3 coming out of the Fulton, which is here. Then we got only 1 coming out of the Sperry, which is here. We've got all of those coming back up there too. So I think we'll send them, these are the lesser boats. I think we want to keep them kind of down here in the southern area more. Leave the good hunting grounds for the better subs. So they'll transit to there, and there's no check required. And I guess we'll just have them patrol from there next turn. I can slide over into the Marianas. All right, so we got 1 coming out from the Sperry. It's up here. Where do we want him to go? I think we've already got quite a few up in the Sea of Japan. I don't think we want to send him up there. So we'll send him into the Empire Pacific, I think. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 subs there currently, so there will be congregating risk, but should be minimal. So they get -1 for being on transit side, but +1 for congregating risk. So anything but a 9 is what we want. Oh, get a 9, of course. 8 and 3. That should be probably spotted again. Yep. They got spotted. Get a chance to remove that here in a second. And then we got our 3 coming out from the Fulton, which are the tuna, the gudgeon, and the pompano. So I think we'll send them into the East China Sea because it's completely empty right now. Only got 3 subs here, so there won't be any congregating risk. So, and they're on transit side, and they're only moving through areas with 1 red box. And everyone has radar now, so we don't have to worry about the shallow water. So we won't need to roll for transit events for any of them. We'll just move them all in there. And that'll be that. That concludes the operations segment. Move into the end turn segment. Conclude turn phase. We have no weather. Remove spotted markers. Let's get rid of these ultra markers while we're at it. All right, we don't have any here. None here. Let's move this guy up on top. Over here. There's a spotted. Keeps it. In this pile. Nope. These are all just damaged in RTB. Yep. All right, so we got that one we just earned. See if we can lose it. Yes, we do. Off of the sunfish. And that wasn't the one we just earned. Yeah, it was. Okay, any more hiding in here? That's damaged. There, RTB. Here's a spotted. These RTB ones up top. This is the Tullaby. They keep theirs. And we got the one in the Yellow Sea there. They keep theirs as well. And how about in here? It's damaged, damaged. There's a spotted. Keeps it. And another one. They lose theirs. Okay, get this stack rebuilt. for our spotted markers. So then we advance the date markers on to week 3. So at the end of week 2 of October, we're at 218 ships and 1,867,000 tons. We've lost 49 subs, but we didn't lose any this week. And I think we did pretty decent. We had what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ships sunk, so not terrible, not great, but we didn't have a whole lot out on patrol this week either. I don't think there's still a lot back in the bases. What we got? 5, 14, 16, 23, 28 plus 24 is 52, 57, another 27 makes 84, so 84,000 tons. Not bad for 9 ships. All right, so that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you in the next one.